Hello there, John. Hope you're doing well. Stroll goes fastest on 124.36. Just so you know, I am only going to write down who are the 5 slowest guys in this session. Apologies for coming on a bit late, but of course, as we all know, with a track at like Abu Dhabi, everyone comes out really late to make their first qualifying runs. It's not exactly a track problematic with traffic. Apologies, John. I'm not sure what the times and dates of the ASEAN Championship games are. And by the way, if I do any live streams over it, Perez goes fastest 123.56. Just so you know, I will probably only do live streams of probably like Vietnam and Indonesia and probably one of Thailand's game. And that's it because I think it's only until the semi-finals the whole competition hots up properly. Hope you're doing well, John. Wait, where's Perez? What happened to Perez? Oh, Perez had his time deleted, I think. Perez has his time deleted. Alonso goes fastest with 124.15. Deleted lap time for Perez, by the way. Perez already in trouble at the start of this session. Tsunoda fastest. You know what? I'm just going to write down who's got the fastest now. It's Verstappen. Just so you know, this is only Q1, so only, what's it? This is all about eliminating the 5 slowest guys on the track. Leclerc goes second with a 23.7. Zhou goes 4th fastest with a 24.12, faster than Albon. Oh, it was Albon, not Alonso, I beg your pardon. Sainz now has the fastest time. The times are tumbling. 9.5 minutes remaining. 23.49 for the outgoing Ferrari driver, who of course will be heading for Williams next season. Lots of drivers in their final race for their current teams, and I think there'll be a couple of honestly farewells for the likes of Magnussen and Bottas this weekend. Even though they're not admitting it's a retirement, they are basically quitting. They are basically being forced out of the door. Magnussen, 3rd fastest. Obviously, as long as you get in the top 15, the lap times will be reset for Q2. So it is just about making sure you get to the top 15 threshold. Piastri outpaces Norris by a couple of hundreds. I'm looking at the bomb. Oh, 7 cars still not set lap time, so I don't know who's exactly the slowest. Gasly goes 9th. Sandwiched by the Saubers. Dowen's actually doing all right. 24.13 for the Australian rookie, son of 5-time MotoGP champion Mick Dowen, whose right leg is being held together by staples and screws. By the way, Mark Webber's leg has still got screws in it after all these years. Australians are made of tough stuff. Thank you for 2 likes on this channel. It's all appreciated. I haven't been able to see any comments for like the past 4 minutes since John commented. Oh, and now Perez has had his lap time deleted. Of course, Albon, Lawson, lap times are tumbling. Hello. Could Russell and Max crash? God, that'll be fun, wouldn't it? I'm gonna. What was it? Perez struggling yet again. I think I'm going to have to go on Wikipedia to check the lap times and dates of the games. Apparently, there are people who think Aston Martin have no chance of succeeding in Formula One. Owen, Lawson, Albon, Perez, and Colapinto are in the drop zone. They're only 7/10 slower than Sainz, but my word, the field has really closed up, hasn't it, under the cost cap? My, look at that. I mean, Aston Martin are fighting with the Mercedes, and the two horses of Magnussen and Hulkenberg, 3rd and 7th. Of course, say it. Is Magnussen getting rid of Magnussen? I don't think getting rid of Magnussen is a good idea, just as powers think it is, because Magnussen has had a great past 5 or 6 races in the closing half of this season, and everyone's going to the pits. Yeah, I know. Merseyside Derby called off due to bad weather. Yeah, thank you for telling me that, John. I know you told me that a couple of times now, but what I'm talking about is the actual times and dates. I know the YouTube channel exists, but I don't know when they're actually playing. I'm only going to be watching a couple of group games with I think Vietnam and Indonesia, and then of course one of Thailand's game against, is it Malaysia or the Philippines? I mean, I don't know what the draw is. I think I know Vietnam and Indonesia are in the same group again. Always love to go at it, the pair of them. Perez and Colapinto still no lap times. Obviously, Colapinto, I think, had his lap time deleted, so he needs to desperately get a move on. And Albon has joined him out on track. Both Williamses struggling for pace recently. Don't know, there does seem to be a lot of tension for some reason, despite the driver's title being over, because Verstappen and Russell having their war of words, getting us excited for the 25 season, where we're going to have a lot of drivers in new teams. But 2 drivers staying at their teams, Max and George, are going to be, I really do hope they are really close next year, because boy, oh boy, do we need a proper old school rivalry. None of this nicey stuff that we've had for the past few years with Netflix and all the Lando Norris and Ricciardo jokes. I've had enough of that. I want to see a proper rivalry. I really want to see a proper fight. Perez has come out. Don't know what's going to happen to Sergio Perez. To be honest, there are all rumours circulating he's going to be gone. Ferrari, please get second. F1 has not been this close since 2012. Yeah, you're absolutely correct there. Amazing enough. I mean, it's taken some real rule modifications to get this sport exciting again. And both RBs have come out. Tsunoda down in 40. Oh, what was that? Perez. I don't know what. Oh, P3, blimey, what a lap by Perez. Oh my god, the weather is causing havoc in the UK, by the way. We have got some serious storms here, so my screen quality just suddenly went all funny. Having to adjust my TV. My god. Oh wow, the lap times are tumbling. Lots of unsafe releases apparently. 2 minutes. Oh my God, oh no, another advert. Stroll has stopped on the... What's going on with Stroll? Oh wow. So, let me just check. I've brought the back markers like Albon and Colapinto proved it below the 124. Obviously, Albon at 23.82. Colapinto 23.9. And Perez right up to third place. Perez suddenly finding speed out of nowhere. Darwin, I think Darwin's going to get knocked out in... Perez missed the clutch when he spawned. That is a rookie error, I've got to say. Like, I think the first thing you learn at driving school is that if your car comes to a halt, engage the clutch. And yet, how on earth does a professional Formula 1 driver driving for Red Bull not even realise that? So we only have 40 seconds remaining. Oh, wow. Sorry. Gasly really struggling. 240 career races for... Wait, Perez had his lap time... Okay, lap time reinstated. That's weird. Never seen that before. Bottas! Where the hell did he find that speed? Unbelievable. Well, when he realises he's got nothing to lose, and Leclerc goes fastest, I was going to say. Bottas knocked off the top, but what a fantastic lap that is for Stakes Sauber, who have finally got 4 chips on the board. Oh, Hamilton! Oh my God. Darwin obviously going out. Piastri, I think, has got a problem. Hamilton, what's happened to Hamilton? Zhou in the drop zone. I've got 0 minutes remaining. Everyone's on their final lap. I'm absolutely amazed. Hamilton is now in Q1. Alonso in Q1. My God, what's happened to the 2 world champions there? Both of them are under the 124 mark, but Leclerc, my God, I think, what's it? Hamilton's only... Alonso out of the drop zone. Crazy. Hamilton does not improve. Yep, Hamilton is out of the session. Alonso rescues himself, but only goes P15. 23.79 for Alonso, less than half a second slower than Leclerc. Obviously, the front runners are not pushing to the literal limit they can. It's just about getting to the next round. But Leclerc, wow. My God, the back markers. Albon was only half a second slower than Leclerc. Zhou and Hamilton and Colapinto only 6 tenths slower. And then, of course, Darwin 24.1. Well, he was only 8 tenths slower, but of course, Gasly goes 5th fastest. But of course, I think Alpine are just asking Darwin to keep the car on the road. So that is the session over. We head on to Q2. Just so you're wondering, I just finished cooking about 15 minutes ago. Hamilton, I mean, Ferrari must be seriously concerned. Merseyside Derby postponed. Wow, I mean, the football calendar's going to get clogged up again. Liverpool have got the Champions League to deal with. I mean, luckily for Liverpool, obviously, they're probably going to be qualifying for the last 16 automatically. I mean, I've already said what I think about the Champions League. I think it should be only the top four who automatically qualify straight to the quarterfinals, and all the other 16 teams go to a double playoff round. But anyway, enough of that yapping. Q2 will be underway soon. The rain is intensifying where I live. So, Hamilton, I'm sorry, Ferrari, I've got to have huge concerns about Lewis. Darwin is being told he can't drink anything, so that obviously, because I think with the weighbridge, they don't want drivers trying to eat food or drink water to add more weight onto themselves. That must be absolute torture to do for a driver, especially if you've sweated a lot and you're feeling skinny. Norris did the fastest sector 1, by the way, that's interesting. 17 seconds. But Norris was only 10th quickest in Q1. Not that it matters because he got into the top 15. Alonso getting through by just, wait for it, less than 300ths of a second. Really, I mean, Alonso, I think, desperately wants this season done and over with. Gasly once again showing form in 5th place. Bottas second fastest in what is likely to be his last ever race for the Sauber boys. And of course, it could well be his final Grand Prix. So, of course, what a way to go out. Yellow flag. What the hell's going on? We've got a yellow flag, everyone. Oh my god. Everything is getting postponed, by the way. All track is cleared out. I don't know what was going on at turn 14 and turn 5. Sorry. Turn 6. Obviously, Arthur Leclerc came out to do a qualifying, do free practice 1 with his brother Charles. Of course, Arthur was only 18th fastest, about 2 seconds slower than his brother. But of course, it was just, I don't know, obviously Ferrari have to obey their obligations of running 2 junior drivers in free practice 1, and of course, having ran Ollie Bearman in most of their sessions, obviously they had to do an obligatory free practice for. Hello there, Kiefer. Hope you're doing well. They had to do it for Arthur. Oh my god, today. Honestly, obviously, because people are so scared about the wind causing crashes and supporters not getting home. Yeah, Liverpool and Everton fans stuck at home. I don't know about Man City. Alonso finishes 9th for the season. He's still clearly team leader at Aston Martin, yeah, but we don't need to explain why. I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk about Lance Stroll, to be honest. I have had more than enough of him. I mean, I could make a load of Lance Stroll jokes if you want, but that's not very interesting. And because of the problems at turn 14 and 6, the session has been delayed by about 5 minutes for some daft reason. I don't know what's going on. General Motors, aka Cadillac, have announced Graham Loden from Manor as their team principal for 2026. I think Graham Loden was the team principal at Manor almost 8 years ago. Williams are flying out extra crew to Abu Dhabi to tackle car damage crisis. Oh my word, I don't even think Williams have got a spare car. I think they're having to work all week to fix Albon and Colapinto's crash damage, which has been so excessive. Window liquor, yeah, sorry, I only just about saw your joke. Oh my god. I don't think we're going to see much football this weekend. So, I think if I do a football stream tomorrow, since I don't imagine the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix being exciting, I might just do a live stream where I just watch football chants. Alonso might retire after 26, probably. Did you say Adnan Yanasai, or am I reading things? Sorry, my comment feed just... I am curious who will be the Cadillac drivers. Adrian Newey might retire after working with Lance Stroll. Raining like the script. Oh, right. I never knew you were a fan of that band, to be honest. The script are a bit too pop rock for my liking, so, I mean, whatever tickles your fancy, really. I mean, they don't annoy me as much as, like, Nickelback or Coldplay, though. I mean, I'll give you that. And certainly not Oasis or Blur, who really, really irritate me, because every time you walk into a shop, like in Britain, there's always a chance you might hear Oasis and Blur halfway through, like, a shopping trip at Marks and Spencer's, Aston, Morrison's, Sainsbury's, Tesco. The script also created a Hall of Fame song. Well done to them, but of course it's not really my type of music, to be honest, because what can I say? I was way too much of a fan of pop punk back in the day, and of course I was a fan of a lot of emo bands, and then I got really heavily into hardcore punk and metal. So session has started. Wonderwall will always be played at Etihad in the end of the games. Yeah, well, obviously Oasis are huge Man City fans, and of course, they also like to play a lot of Morrissey at the Etihad, who I would happily pick out him and the Smiths over pretty much all the names you just mentioned. But anyway, Hall of Fame. Oh, right. Oh, it was a song called Hall of Fame. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, session has started. We've got 40 minutes to go. The hell? Sebastian Vettel fans like to play Hall of Fame song, okay. I mean, the thing is with Vettel is that his career, for modern standards, did actually, even though he was in the sport for 16 seasons, it did basically flash past all of us within a blink of an eye, if you think about it, because, Hamilton, Alonso, Raikkonen, basically 2 decades. In Alonso's case, he's about to do 25 years. Oh, right, they did the song with When Am I? Okay, I've never heard of it. I don't really care, as I've mentioned, but I'm trying to think. I mean, it makes me feel so old to think that some of My Chemical Romance's albums and Taking Back Sunday's albums are now like 2 decades old, and obviously everyone is using soft tires. I don't need to write down soft or mediums or anything stupid like that. I hate electric cars, if you're wondering. I feel like... Oh my god, Russell, I think the first guy out on track. Oh no, Verstappen was the first guy out on track, sorry. I mean, Verstappen, purple sector 1. I would not be surprised if Verstappen wins again tomorrow. Just truly a driver on top of his game. And frankly, I'm hoping Russell gets a good result so they can keep us. I really want to see Russell take on Verstappen because you know how much those two despise each other. Did you know that Skrillex used to be a member of what was it, a post-hardcore emo band called From First to Last? Like, I don't know. I think I know he's reunited with them quite a few times in the past decade, but yeah, well, obviously, Hamfosi versus the real Tifosi will be at it, hammer and tongue, from first to last. And I'll tell you something, my sister used to play them quite a lot in the past. Oh, Verstappen goes fastest, first to go under the 23 seconds. I am curious, do you think Verstappen is better than Michael Schumacher? Oh, I don't know. Minutes ago. Still only one lap time on the board. Piastri using Max's the draft. Kimi, I don't know. So tough. Is Max's prime better than Kimi's and Schumacher's? Oh, you've got me there. Russell goes second fastest, but he is 8 tenths slower than Max. So, I don't know, just a banker lap for Russell. Magnussen third fastest, only 2 tenths slower than Russell. Hulkenberg goes second fastest. Hulkenberg putting his hand out again. But he's half a second slower than Max. Leclerc pips for Magnussen for fourth. Sainz second quickest. Come on, let's get more lap times on the board. Bottas starting his flying lap. Norris with a purple sector 1, but he goes second fastest, exactly 1/10 slower than Verstappen, Lando Norris. Second quickest, the McLaren driver, who has made an absolute meal of his championship challenge this season. And I am not going to budge on that opinion because, honestly, I don't want to hear any more excuses about him. Norwegian commentators has predicted Piastri will win this weekend. Don't know what he's thinking there, mate. Piastri's got purple sector 1. Maybe he's got a point. Piastri has got first driver to go under 17 seconds in sector 1. Oscar Piastri. Oh, maybe he might be on the money there. Tsunoda goes third fastest. But I'm looking at Piastri to see what lap time he can conjure up. Bottas, Gasly, and Perez still yet to complete a lap time. Gasly only 12th fastest. Bottas beats. Oh, Gasly down to 13th. Bottas in 12th. Perez goes to 8th. Oh my god. I mean, Alpine are struggling. Real struggles now. Piastri third fastest. Oh no, Gasly's in real trouble. Everyone else in the drop zone, I expect them to be there, but I think it does say a lot about Pierre Gasly's improvement and Alpine's upturn in speed that I actually am quite disappointed to see Gasly down in 15th. Even with the season they've had, I still expect more. Renault capitulating like the French government, indeed, absolutely, as always, same old story with the French. Thankfully, Gasly, obviously, with Alpine now switching to Mercedes engine and going back to a British style management with Audi Oaks, High-Tech and Flavio Briatore. Has Max ever had has he ever had at any point like a really bad season like Hamilton in 2009? Schumacher, I think, during, I don't know, 2011 and 12-ish, or maybe Kimi. Oh dear, Kimi's had a lot of terrible seasons since 2014, I'm afraid. I mean, 2014 and probably, I think his last season in 2021 have got to be Kimi's very worst seasons by far. I don't think Max has ever had a flop season, to be honest, which really does speak volumes about how special he is. I know some would say 2011 was a bad year for Lewis, but he did win about 3 races, and he was the only driver to get a pole position who was not driving a Red Bull that year. Kimi's last win in Austin, yes it was. That was a 2018 American Grand Prix, and it was his first win for almost 6 years. Yeah, I agree with you, but it was a better driver than Nico Rosberg. That's not even a debate in my opinion. Obviously, as you know, Jack Doohan was eliminated in Q1, having replaced Ocon for this race and the 2025. Obviously, Doohan, I think, has finished 3rd in Formula 2 when he was there. And he has spent this whole season as a reserve driver, not being able to do much in particular, but obviously in Formula 2, there's only so much you can learn from that series. Oh my God, the minutes have flown, only 5 minutes to go, folks. Max, so confident he's taking off his helmet. He is 9 tenths faster than Alonso, so I would be very surprised if Max gets knocked out, and he is 8 tenths quicker than Checo. 5 minutes ago, time has flown past, and of course, Q3 will only have 12 minutes. Magnussen heading out on track, he needs to get a lap time done in what could be his final qualifying session. Hulkenberg joins him. Hulkenberg is 6th, so he's not so much in a rush. Gasly needs to get a lap time done, but he's leaving the pits. And Fernando Alonso tells his engineer, have a brand new day. Stroll has been told, don't let anyone in when he leaves the pits, because they want him to get his lap time done. Perez and Russell are coming out. Perez is in 9th place, but he obviously, we know his qualifying is absolutely wretched. Russell is 7th, with, of course, Hamilton already eliminated in Q1, with down in 18th. Hamilton's given up on Mercedes, but I think Hamilton's qualifying. I think Hamilton did come out a bit. He's just not as quick as he used to be. And I think that's true. And I think the last 2 years of Hamilton at Ferrari could well be his retirement fund. He's past his best. And he's hit that Kimi Räikkönen stage in his career where his qualifying speed has evaporated into thin air. Apologies, I mean, it's actually 3 minutes ago, but got another pesky advert at the wrong moment. Oh, come on, get it done. Okay. 3 minutes ago. Why am I so nervous today? Magnussen, obviously going to be the first to start his flying lap. I think it's just that sense it is the last race of the season, and of course, I mean, I don't know what it is, but it just feels like there's one more twist in the tail for this season. I mean, McLaren will probably win the Constructors, but it just feels like something quite big could happen, especially with Max and Russell at each other's throats. Like, we could see them hit each other tomorrow. And then, of course, we have a massive 3-month gap until the start of next season, which I have to say, I mean, in recent years, I've not been too bothered. I mean, every time the winter break has come around, I'm just like, yeah, I'm actually glad not to be watching F1 because, to be honest, but I think with the recent developments, I think the 3-month gap might actually annoy me. McLaren will receive $140 million in prize money if they come first. Yeah, absolutely. Magnussen, what's going on with Leclerc? I mean, Magnussen on his flying lap. I don't think it's a very quick one for Magnussen, and of course, I think having to overtake the Ferraris might have slowed him down slightly. I'm wondering, will we see any lap times tumble with Magnussen? And will he get into the top 10? He's coming out the final corner onto the start-finish straight. It's only 11th. He's going to have to do one more lap, I'm afraid. Hulkenberg is second fastest. Bloody hell, I mean, I think I spoke a bit too soon with Magnussen. The MCL 39 might be yellow because of MasterCard. Oh, interesting new colour scheme. That'd be fun to watch. 30 seconds remaining. Oh, Leclerc's in the drop zone. Okay, Bottas last. Leclerc is on the bubble, folks. Oh dear, inconsistent once again for short of Leclerc from Monaco. Orange and yellow, how will that go? I don't know. They're probably going to have to paint a bit of blue on it. Well, Kimi had to carry Alfa Romeo during 2019. Oh my god. Magnussen's out. I don't really see him getting... I mean, that's it for his final qualifying lap in F1. Oh my god. Sainz in trouble. Oh, he goes second quickest. Tsunoda and Lawson out. Stroll out. Of course, Stroll will be racing again next year. Oh! Leclerc said he had his laptop deleted. Oh my god. Crazy stuff. Leclerc laptop deleted. He's going to start last. Tsunoda into Q3. What a turnaround in form, folks. Leclerc loses his lap time. Oh, Bottas! P8! Oh my! So, sorry, Bottas. Oh my god. Crazy. Bottas into Q3. And what could be his final Grand Prix? Of course, it is obviously his final race for Sauber, but wow, what a turn up for the books. Session is complete, and the Sainz actually went fastest. I didn't realise. Crazy. Just beating Verstappen by 100th of a second, but Max won't care about that. He didn't even bother coming out for the final qualifying runs because he took his helmet off, knowing he did a great job. Hulkenberg third fastest. Gasly fourth, ahead of both McLarens. And Perez, by the skin of his teeth, gets through by 400 seconds ahead of the junior Red Bulls. Bottas ninth. That's going to be the headline of Q2. Bottas makes it to Q3. Leclerc will start last with, of course, his 10th-place grid penalty for, I think, changing some engine component. Oh, there's a yellow flag down in between 14 and 15. 14 and 15 have got a yellow flag. Oh my word, what's going on? What a... Oh. Sorry for getting all very stroppy. What's with all these delays, to be honest? Regular fuel. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, we're switching to new fuels, aren't we, for 2026? Lawson is heading to the weighbridge. Lawson should be familiar with the weighbridge procedure. We've got 3 drivers on the grid that come from Australia and New Zealand and the now. Obviously, Piastri and Zhou, and of course from Australia, and Lawson from New Zealand. Never seen so much representation from Oceania since, I mean, the last time was probably the 1970s. We had these many drivers from Australia and New Zealand combined on the grid. And then, of course, the globalization process then kicked off in the 80s with, of course, more Brazilians in the 80s. I think, obviously, what was it? We saw an uptick in French and Italian drivers, and then we started seeing more drivers from Finland. A couple of Americans becoming full-time drivers, Japanese drivers. Sorry, hello there. Hiya, Minnie. I hope you're doing well. Kiefer, Gasly is putting Alpine in the fight for P6. Yeah, yes, he is. Absolutely fantastic. Hello there, Minnie. Welcome to Crystal Racing. I hope you're doing well this afternoon. We're about to head for Q3, where there will only be 12 minutes for this session, so I hope you're ready. You've got your popcorn, you've got your crystal balls out. Obviously, Haas are in the battle for Q for P6 of the constructors. Get your crystal balls out, get your popcorn, get your grapes, get your cans of cider and beer ready for the final qualifying session of the 2024 F1 World Championship. It has been a mammoth campaign that has lasted 9 months, with McLaren and Ferrari still fighting for the constructors. Of course, if McLaren win, it will be their first constructors title since 1998, when both Norris and Piastri were still not even walking this planet yet. And then, of course, for Ferrari, their most recent constructors title win was back in 2008, when they had Kimi Räikkönen and Felipe Massa as their driver lineup, with Felipe Massa losing the drivers' championship on the final day of the season at Brazil by just 1 point after Lewis Hamilton overtook a struggling Timo Glock, who was on the wrong tyres on the final lap at the final corner of the Brazilian Grand Prix that year on the final lap. Alonso learns his lesson. Okay, I think that might be I don't know about that. Don't know. Let's not talk about 2010 again. I think his behaviour after the race was a bit too ridiculous of me. Shaking his fist at Petrov like, Petrov isn't there to help you, mate. He drives for Renault, and you were driving for Ferrari at the time, so, let's not. Hope any new people watching, just give us a wave. You're free to chat with me, and most of my people in my chat are pretty friendly. I mean, we've had at least a couple of delays, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I actually started the qualify stream about 5 minutes into Q1, but no one had set lap time, and with the delays we've had, I mean, it's basically feels like I've done I would have completed an hour by the time we get this session done. Hulkenberg is the first driver out. He's 31 points ahead, yeah, obviously. Hulkenberg cannot overtake Alonso in the driver's standings. Not that Hulkenberg really cares. Ricciardo will sponsor the stickers and cars, so that's going to be funny to see in their museum. What was I going to say? Yeah, Hulkenberg obviously concentrating on getting Haas P6 in the constructors. I think the driver's standings is obviously immaterial to him because, I mean, he's a midfield driver, so what does that matter to him? He's never been in a championship fight for the drivers in his life. He's never even got a podium, let alone a victory in F1. So I think Hulkenberg would probably just shake his head in ignorance and confusion if you talk about where Alonso is in the driver's standing. Purple sector 2 for Hulkenberg. 46.95. Very quick. But Russell sets a new purple sector 2 of a 45.46. Really pushing that Mercedes to its limits. Perez, 41.99 for Perez. He's really, I mean, Perez, who knows what's going to happen next. Red Bull might beat Ferrari for P2. I don't see it happening, mate. Not with Checo in the second seat. Although, oh yeah, Leclerc is out. Oh yeah, Leclerc's going to be starting last because of his penalty. I forgot. Oh, I don't know, mate. I think they need Ferrari to have problems, to be honest. Hulkenberg on his flying lap. 17.178 in sector 2. Russell sets a purple sector 1 with a 17.0. Don't know why I'm feeling nervous, but, you know, it's like, I just think there might be a final bump in the road. Sainz could... Don't know, mate. That'll be a sight to witness, wouldn't it? Sainz winning his final Ferrari race. Well, it looks like the Man City game will be kicking off, thankfully for you. Has there ever been a driver who's won his final race at Ferrari? That's an interesting one, isn't it? I know Jim Clark won his final F1 race at South Africa back in 1968 in what, before, of course, he was tragically deleted at Formula 2 race in Hockenheim 3 months later. I think that's the only driver I can think of who won his final F1 race in the sport. But of course, half a second faster Verstappen, half a second faster than, 4 attempts quicker than Sainz. Oh, okay. Piastri deleted. Thank you for that update. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the lap times here. Bottas in the pits. I mean, ultimately, I think Sainz has appeared more recently to be the sort of driver who needs a car to work to his liking, to be honest. Doesn't seem as adaptable as I first thought he was. Bottas doing one shot, yeah, but he wants to save his tyres for the race tomorrow because, I mean, I think this might be the first time that Sauber have cracked Q3 this season. 6 minutes remaining. It's going to be the calm before the storm. I think Perez has come out on track. I'm pretty sure Verstappen will actually go out on track this time round because he's only 4 thousandths quicker than championship rival Lando Norris. Russell down in 8th. I don't know what he's going to try and do, to be honest, because I think Mercedes just don't have a quick qualifying car. Oh, Piastri reinstated. That's interesting. What the hell? Are they going lenient on track limits now? What's going on? I don't understand, sorry, that's just so weird. So now they're going to go lenient on track limits. Oh, it's the same corner Perez had his lap time deleted. That's interesting. Bottas, Hulkenberg, Gasly, McLaren, and Ferrari, and Alonso out on track. Perez doing his flying lap. Going to be strewn past 3 cars at once. Perez, I mean, this could be his final weekend for Red Bull. Two minutes and 34 seconds remaining of the final qualifying session of 2024. I think Red Bull have found their way, found the solutions to their technical issues around their brakes and all that. I think Perez just wants to save his neck, to be honest, but I have to say I don't know what but why does he really want to hang on to that seat at Red Bull, considering he's just a number 2 driver? Two minutes remaining. Perez goes 4th. Only way he can do anything if Max gets hurt or something like that and he becomes team leader. That's all he's probably there for at this point. And of course, the Mexican sponsor money keeps him in his seat. $30-odd million every year. I mean, if the Red Bull is close to Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes, Max will just walk the title again. We need Max to be put in a worse car. What on earth is that? Bottas, that's unreal. I'm speechless. He's putting out all the stops for his final weekend in F1. Crazy. What's going on? I can't keep up. Full gas. Oh my god, I can't keep up. Sorry if all the numbers are out of place. Don't worry, I will sort this out. Verstappen's lap. Verstappen stays 5th. Crazy. Verstappen only gets 5th. Alright, chill out, mate. It's not a big deal. Let's not have a fight over this. Sorry, let me just readjust my scores tab. Bottas only gets 9th after making us all jump up for a couple of seconds. And Perez takes P10. 4th for Nico Hulkenberg. What a performance once again. What a shame. He's probably never going to get a podium in his career, but Gasly 6th, Russell 7th, Alonso 8th, Bottas 9th, Perez 10th, Sainz 3rd. 21:22.59 is the pole lap for Lando Norris. Sauber have upgraded their car recently and they're decent again. Yeah, true. What the hell happened? But yet they're going to finish 10th. Oh my god. Russell is complaining about a tricky day and a tricky weekend. Carlos Sainz is going to stop at board number 3 in the pit lane. What a qualifying session that had some very remarkable surprises in it. Bottas in Q3. I think Sauber's and Bottas's only Q3 of 2024. Just like Zhou getting points in the last race, 4 of them. Just so they don't end up with any zeros to their name. Most random season since 2012. And drivers performing as it's confirmed that getting sacked. Yeah, very funny how Formula 1 works, doesn't it? Sainz suddenly starts driving well again. Crazy, crazy stuff. I don't know what to say. What a remarkable qualifying session. And of course the session is finished. So that is your qualifying order, of course. Perez, Leclerc will start last, by the way, so everyone beneath Charles Leclerc will move up 1 position. Zhou will start his first ever F1 Grand Prix in 19th place. Hope you enjoyed that qualifying session. It was pretty tense for me. I mean, Verstappen and Russell is going to get bitter, isn't he? I hope those two get to fight the championship against each other because I want to see it. It's going to have Senna cross fights all over it. Hamilton, okay, it won't be like Hamilton and Rosberg because they were teammates, so they had to be very, very corporate and very PR friendly about it. It's a lot better than qualifying is a lot better now than it was 5 years ago when Mercedes were out there getting pole position almost every session, especially in 2020 and 2014 and 16, where I think they only dropped pole position about 3 or 4 times throughout those 3 seasons. I mean, remarkable to think that during 14, Felipe Massa was the only driver to get pole position for Williams. 15, it was Vettel at, I think, was it Hungary? Not Hungary, I can't remember what race did Vettel get pole? Oh yeah, it was Singapore. Felipe Massa got it at Austria the year before, and then 2016 it was Daniel Ricciardo at Monaco with his first ever pole position in F1. And it was followed up by that unfortunate pit stop the following day that costed him the race win. Don't know what to say, to be honest. Decent qualifying session. McLaren 1-2. Obviously, this probably more or less seals the Constructors' title if they can keep onto these positions. Hamilton, yeah, I don't even care about Lewis Hamilton. Whatever. Hamilton, I'm sorry. What the hell is he? Yeah, McLaren need to get the job done tomorrow. Thing is, like, as long as they win the race tomorrow, that's enough to win the Constructors, because I think they're 24 points ahead of Ferrari, and of course with only 44 points on the board remaining, yeah. I think winning the race gets 25 points, so yeah, that probably just about closes off any chances Ferrari would have to win the Constructors. As long as Norris wins the race, doesn't matter what happens to Piastri. Obviously, they would like a 1-2 to make sure that they get in the year on a high for both drivers and the team. I mean, let's face it, McLaren have had the best car all season. Obviously, like you said, Will, they only need 3rd and 5th place to win the Constructors, but I don't know. I mean, if they ended up finishing third and fifth with Sainz winning the race, I think there'll still be a lot of eyebrows raised at McLaren's performance. I know about the minimum required for McLaren, but obviously I think the objective is for them to actually win the race at the very least. It's not gonna, I mean, and the drivers I think want to win the race themselves, because it's not been a great season for both of them, to be honest. Considering what car they've got, 21 points is the gap, yep. And all McLaren need is 24 points to win this championship. We're not even taking into account fastest lap, by the way. Oh yeah, we are taking into account because it's 44 points in total, but and of course this is the final time we will have the fastest lap point handed out in Formula 1. Remarkably, which is just, I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, the last time we're going to see a driver get a point for finishing with the fastest lap, which is weird to think about, because I know back in the 1950s they used to hand out a point for the fastest lap in every race, and then for some reason from 1960 onwards up until 2018 they didn't do anything like that. I think the fastest lap point has been a decent, has had a decent return to the sport. But obviously what Daniel Ricciardo did at Singapore made the FIA quite irritated, because of course it just proves that, I mean, we have an organisation that has two separate teams in the sport. I mean, they can always use their junior team to back up the senior team, which is very unfortunate, but especially in a sport like Formula 1. I mean, with football, well, they've got multiple teams all over the world, but it's only in Europe that they've got two major teams out there. Top 5 for quali. Yeah, oh yeah, McLaren have had a decent turnaround since the halfway point in 2023, but it is a bit disappointing to see Norris's championship challenge fizzle out the way it's done. I have to say, the idea of giving out points for qualifying is kind of stupid, so nope, sorry, forget about that. And we all know the guy with the fastest car will probably always get points, which I think is a bit stupid, and that's not really the point of F1. Points are given out on Sunday. I mean, I know points are given out in sprint races, but at least it's still a race of some sort. Despite only being about, is it 1/3 distance? I mean, there's enough incentive to want to get pole position without receiving a point for it anyway, because obviously it puts you in the best position to win the race the next day. Obviously, I know Ocon has left Alpine just so they can get all that in the season test with Haas, I think. Because I know there's going to be a few drivers like Hamilton who will not be able to test for Ferrari. Likewise, Sainz can't do it for Williams. Pole sitters get trophies. I don't know what you're talking about. That's rubbish. I mean, if you're talking about a sprint race, yeah, you get a medal. Not for, not. I mean, your trophy is basically starting first on the grid. That's it, if you count that as a trophy. But and topping up your pole position stats. Oh yeah, the Pirelli tyre is the trophy. I forgot. How can I forget? Sorry. That's not really a trophy, that's more of a toy. I know it was it. Kimi Räikkönen got pole position at Monaco in 2017 and Monza, and of course, yeah, Monza 2018, where of course we saw a couple of photos of his kids rolling the tires around when they were still really little toddlers. Of course, Robin is now 9 years old, and his daughter Rihanna is 7, and he has a third kid, who's I think has only just turned 2 years old, called Grace. Oh my god. A pole position tire. Oh yeah, they always get some celebrity to hand it out. Like, I remember, was it Mick Schumacher handed out Kimi's Pirelli tire trophy at Monza? That was funny to see. 19-year-old kid still yet to race an F1 handing out trophies. Obviously, he was still in Formula 3 in 2018, Mick Schumacher. In the end, Perez was 6, still almost 7 tenths slower than Norris, and well, he was 3 tenths slower than Verstappen, so I suppose that's an improvement for Perez, just to be within just over 3 tenths slower than Verstappen, but he got beat by Bottas. Bottas out-qualified Perez. But what a remarkable effort by Bottas in what is going to be his last race for Sauber and maybe his final ever F1 Grand Prix. He has been renowned for great qualifying performances. I'll give Bottas that, despite his poor race management and general overtaking skills and all that. It's just all very average for him. I think the problem is Bottas was great at leading races in Junior Series. And I think that was probably why Bottas was unable to develop his overtaking and defensive skills, because he was always driving away at the front in the Formula Renault when he was 19 years old. But of course, in Formula One, you don't always get the chance to be leading at the front. He will always be Lewis Hamilton's favourite teammate, I think, along with Heikki Kovalainen. Because, I mean, the other lot, Russell, Rosberg, Button, and Alonso, gave Hamilton a lot of pain in his career. 10 wins, yeah, and 20 pole positions for Bottas. 20 pole positions, that's actually really good. Regardless of what you think of his race skills, that's still really good. Sainz has denied rumours that he could be joining Red Bull. What, for 26? Sainz says they had me available for 6 months in the contract deals and they didn't pick me. Well, talking of pick-me's, I don't know. I mean, Norris was giving Russell praise for criticising Max Verstappen the other day. What am I rambling on about? And no one is watching, but thank you for 4 likes. I think, don't know if people have lost their internet connection. I'm sorry if you've just joined the stream, but I think I've got to sign off now because I think it's just I'm just rambling. Sorry. Hamilton and Vettel have got a lot of pole tyres, yeah, well, not much else to say, is there? Obviously, I think I know John's off to watch Man City. So if you're watching this, please like, subscribe to Crystal Racing, and I'll see you again very soon because I have nothing else to ramble on about. I think people might be watching the football. If you're lucky enough to be a Hawkeye like me and you're looking for the best skincare products in the market for Hawkeyes, check out Crystal Palace, a leading city. Oh, wow. That is interesting.
He said, letting your start Mark look from around.
I apologise if you only just joined. I am going to be ending the stream now because I don't really have anything to say apart from Norris pole, Piastri second, Sainz third. Leclerc will be starting last. Yeah, you take care, Kiefer. Darwin will start his Grand Prix debut in 19th, replacing Ocon at Alpine. Bottas in his final race for Sauber 9th. Hulkenberg in his final race for Haas in 4th. What a performance. Don't know what's going to happen to Lawson and Tsunoda at RB. Sainz starting his last Ferrari race in 3rd. Hamilton down in 18th. Hey, Hamilton 18th for Mercedes in his final race for them. He's got real problems. Zhou will be starting 17th in his final Sauber outing, having scored 4 points at Qatar, but pretty safe to say he's not the quickest driver despite his decent race pace. But Colapinto 19th in what could be his last race for maybe for some time because he has no seat confirmed for next year. Colapinto impressed in his first 4 races, but I have to say his level has dropped off slightly with Albon back on top again. And if you, yeah, to be honest, let's end it now.